Hey guys, Coach Bricks here. Hope you're well. Hey, listen, man. You know, we always we have such a complaining attitude when it comes to certain things in life. All right, you have people on both sides of the spectrum. I'm not here to get in an argument. Okay, very people are passionate on one side and they're passionate on the other side. Okay, what I'm here just to do is we got to start thinking with common sense, though. Okay, and with this virus that goes around, okay? It's like other viruses. Yes, are there other degrees to it? Yes. Is it a little more contagious? Probably. Okay? It's not the most contagious thing that ever walked the face of the earth. Let's be honest. Polio, the measles, much more contagious. Okay? It's just a fact. I'm not trying to denounce this at all. But what I am trying to say is let's look at why it attacks certain individuals more. Okay? Every single thing I've read, okay, and this isn't in my opinion, okay, every single thing that has come out and talks about who this is affecting more. Now, I understand everybody's going to say, well, this kid died. You're always going to have outlining cases. There's a kid who's sometimes going to run real fast, okay, and most of the time he might be a 4.8 runner, and all of a sudden he pops off a 4.6 for some reason. I don't know. It happens, all right? Things do happen in life, okay? But if you look at the majority of people that are having issues with this disease, all right, they're the elderly, okay? And I hate to see anybody like that. I got parents that are in their 80s. Okay? But the more surprising thing is, what most people are surprised about, is how many have underlying health conditions. Now, granted, some come on, could be genetics, and there's really not a lot we can do about. There's probably some things, but not a lot. But the majority of stuff that most people have are stuff that we can control. Obesity being the number one thing. It blows my mind when people get so upset and get so bent out of shape. Listen, you have a right to be as heavy and out of shape as you want to be. You have every right. Okay? That's what's great about this country. But to say we need to all stay home and do this and that because you're out of shape doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And that's where a lot of issues come into play. What can we do about this? The number one thing that I think we have to start thinking of as Americans, all right? I was looking at a chart of the most obese countries in the world. We rank 12th. Now, the other countries that are out there that rank higher than us, very tiny countries. All right, your populations aren't very big, so the numbers are probably a little screwed. You know, if you have two people in a country and one's heavy, that's 50% that's overweight, right? So they're not as big. But when you look at developed countries, all right, really developed countries, the United States ranks really, in my opinion, number one. All right, we're 12th in the world. And we have the highest rate. Number 2 highest rate of this whole virus is the UK. All right, and whatever thousands of people that have died there. Okay, they rank like 30 something, which is pretty high up when you really think about it. Okay, we know how the immune system works. Everybody's out there saying, well, we don't have any defense against this system. We don't have any defense. That's a bold-faced lie. You got the greatest defense ever. It's called the immune system. Okay. And White doesn't know maybe exactly how these things work, okay, 100%. It is going to go to attack it. I mean, it's just natural. That's what the immune system does. Where it has a hard time, though, is when it's compromised. And what I mean by compromised is that it's already inflamed. It's inflamed because it's fighting off other things, such as diabetes, obesity, hypertension, those kind of things. It's already fighting something, has a hard time fighting something else. So when a new virus comes in, it fights it off. It's trying to fight it. Okay, it's trying to figure out how to defeat it. Okay, it's strategizing. But it has a hard time when it's still trying to fight these other things off. Because what it does is it has to take its resources from trying to fight these things, the diabetes and the hypertension, the inflammation, to come over and fight this. So then what does it do? It leaves these things over here to them to grow stronger. And everybody says this thing's destroying, it kills people. I don't know. These things over here are probably the things that are actually destroying us at the end of the day. Because if you look at it, the majority of healthy people, all right, are asymptomatic. Now, I know most people get all upset and bent out of shape about asymptomatic people. I don't. I think it's a great thing because then your immune system's doing exactly what it should be doing. Now, you say, well, you could be spreading it to other people. Okay? There's debate on that now of whether you are really spreading it or not, all right? I'm not going to get into that part because I don't know enough about it yet, okay? Some of the newest research is coming out saying, hey, maybe asymptomatic people aren't as, symptomatic as we once thought. Okay, the people who aren't showing any symptoms. So Let's wait to see where it all goes from here. But what I do know is that if you do get this, okay, and you fight it off and you don't even know you had it, but you get the antibody test or you get tested then and all of a sudden they say, hey, you had it and you didn't know, that's a good thing. Let's think about that. We should be thanking them people because their immune system, the thing that we should be praising more of and doing more for, doesn't. Now, if I am at McDonald's or any other fast food place, Burger King, whatever, okay, and I eat the food and I constantly eat food, and you know, that's a fast food place that's been open, okay, during this whole time that, you know, we should be trying to stay healthy. It's now weakening my immune system. We know that, okay? The processed food, the things like that, that weakens it. I mean, it's not rocket science. This has been known, okay? But what we continue to do is we continue to say, you know, pour this, pour that. Really? We know how we should be able to beat things. Now, am I saying if you take care of your health self 100%, you eat organic, you work out, you do everything you can still get sick? Granted, 100%. There's no question about it. I said there are outlying cases. What's the percentage of that? Maybe 1-2%. I'll take the 98% of taking care of myself and not getting sick. All right? Or very mild symptoms. All right? And just because you work out doesn't mean you're healthy. All right? Let's drop that, you know, that stigma on people. Well, I work out 7 days a week. I pump iron, you know, and I run and I do 7 that. That doesn't mean you're healthy. You might have stressed the body out too much and overtrained, and now the body's in a weakened state because it's trying to fight off the stress that you caused. Okay, so you have to be able to play things. And that's where trainers, okay, coaches, I should say, come into a role, because they know how to develop a program to make sure you're not too stressed. Because listen, I could beat you down all day long. It's not hard to do. I could tell my daughter, who's 9 years old, to come in and say, hey, listen, that kid over there or that adult, you need to beat them down so they feel it so bad. And, you know, because that's a great workout is what we think in our heads, and make them throw up. That's not a great workout. I'm sorry to say that's not a great workout. Okay? It's just not. Because it just doesn't show anything. You got to be able to develop a program and a plan to make sure you eliminate or decrease the stress in a person's life. Trust me, I'm the one who should know more than better than anybody else out there what stress does to an individual. I destroyed my body for years. Okay? Now, you wouldn't know it, as most people would have talked to me, but I slept on average, and this is not a bull-faced lie, like many people probably think, okay, 2 to 4 hours per night for 20-some years. And that's not a lie. Why I'm alive, I have no idea. Okay? The man upstairs wanted me to be here for a reason. All right? I worked 4 jobs at a time growing up in my 20s just to provide for myself. Never took any handouts from anybody. Never asked anybody for nothing. Did it all myself, suffered through a lot of things, put probably a lot of stress on my body, but at that time, you know, in your 20s, you should be at your strongest, typically. But as I got older, you know, last couple of years have shown me, it destroyed my body greatly, mentally as well as somewhat physically. I'm just recovering now from a lot of those processes. But I see what the human body can do when you actually put it in the right perspective, okay? How bad stress could be. Dude, I was a guy who would work out 2-3 hours in a gym and then go run, sprints. I broke my body down dramatically, you know? Not knowing, I thought, hey, you know, the more I do, the better I'm being. You know, the majority of Americans who think if I take 1 and it's good, 20 must be better, okay? It's not really how it works, all right? And it goes to this virus. You got to know how to properly manage the stress and properly manage what you're doing to fight things off. You know, when God put us together, he was a genius, really a genius. Your immune system doesn't ask you for permission to go fight something off. It goes and does it. When it doesn't fight it off, it's because, like I said, it's been compromised. And there are some people who are born with some kind of autoimmune disease. It happens, okay? It happens. Sometimes things in life, it goes haywire, and it happens, okay? I'm not talking about those individuals. I'm talking about individuals that actually could do something about it, but have neglected themselves. And I'm not here to judge. This isn't a judge time, all right? This is here to make sure this stuff never happens again. That's what this is about. That we don't shut down businesses of somebody who needs it because they got to supply for their family. You know what I mean? To make sure that they're healthy, and somebody's telling you shut down. You know, when we say we're all in this together, then we should all be in together, per se. Either we all shut down or we all start taking care of ourselves. We all start waking up to what really it is. Wake up to the reality that Listen, we can do something about this. I read where somebody said, "Oh, there's no defense against the common cold." What are you? Who told you that? Your body fights off colds that you don't even know ever. That's the crazy part. That's the craziest part I've ever heard. There's no defense against the common cold. On average, through a person's lifespan, you will probably have 300 colds that you'll never get because your immune system fought it off. So when people start talking at one side, they have no idea. And when they say we have no defense against this virus, are you kidding me? It might not be 100% because guess what? When it attacks you, the molecules inside of us, okay? And I'm not going to get all scientific here. You guys can look it up how it works. The immune system works, okay? Because I've been studying a lot here. It goes and attacks. And then it tries to formulate a code to see if this ever happens again, what do I got to do? It's the same thing as a chickenpox. It understands it, it goes to fight it off, and it sends the right defense this time, okay? So instead of us, if you have to put in military terms, I'm not going to go put boots on the ground. I'm going to go drop bombs through, a drone or something like that because it's much more efficient than putting boots on the ground. That's how our immune system works. It works like that. It's all of a sudden it reads the code of what this is, okay, and it says, gotcha, boom. So if it does come again, a lot of times, boom, it's going to knock it out. Now I know there's always a debate how long the antibodies last and how long this and this and this and this. Only time's going to tell. Let's be honest. Only time's going to tell. But I'd be surprised that our immune system doesn't know how to function properly going forward. So my advice to people is let's all calm down. Let's stop getting mad. Let's stop getting mad at people for, wanting to open up because they have to supply for their family. Let's stop getting mad at people who are sick because, listen, I feel for you. It sucks. There's probably many of us that maybe had this back in December and January and February that maybe weren't diagnosed properly, okay? And that's okay. Maybe we have it already. Maybe a lot of us already had it. But let's start thinking of what we need to do now for the future. Okay, we can't do anything really right now per se except start taking care of ourselves. And that's one thing we all have the ability to do. I don't want to pop a drug. I don't want a drug to be taken. Okay, I don't want you to have to take one either. I want you to take care of your body. But guess what? That you can get the greatest benefit out of it. This is the greatest thing, okay, that's ever walked the face of the earth. Not me, okay, but all of us, human beings, okay? We could do such wonderful things, but we need to start taking care of our bodies better. All right? And it's just a fact. But you got to be able to stop stressing yourself out. And I understand people being inside, not being around each other, stay at home, definitely puts a lot of stress on you. So when you come out of this, when everybody starts to ease those restrictions and things like that they talk about, okay, you got to come back properly. Because if you come back like a banshee and you just go full board into the gym or working out, you might put more undue stress on and actually reverse what you really want to do. You got to be smart about how you take care of your body. All right? It's the only thing you got. It's all we got. And we can do a much better job heading into the future where we don't need all these experts telling us this thing, confusing all the crap out of all of us, okay, if we start to do our own job. I really mean that. We could do a great job by taking care of ourselves. This is it. This is what we got. We got this. I'm on everybody's side because I want to see it succeed, but I want to succeed the right way, not by popping pills, okay? Because I don't think that's the way it really was. I want to see us do the right thing, okay? Start taking care of our body, getting enough sleep, getting the right required exercise that we need, getting on the right program. If you are diabetic, if you are overweight, if you have hypertension, getting in touch with somebody that's going to help you get you down with a complete program. I know that's what that's what we're starting up with one of my doctor friends. We're starting a whole complete program to eliminate, because I'm tired of chronic diseases attacking us and then taking advantage of our bodies. All right? And then our immune system can't do the job that it was meant to do. And this is starting at an earlier age, let's be honest. A lot more young kids are having chronic diseases at an early age. Diabetes is a big, big, big problem in this country. And I'm not just talking about diabetics, but I'm talking about pre-diabetics. How many of the people that were so-called healthy might have been pre-diabetic that now have chronic or have this disease, not just the virus, but the disease that are causing all kinds of symptoms. So let's start thinking better, all right? Because I know we can do this. I know we can. We don't need to have another outbreak like this. We don't need to have this second wave that everybody's talking about, the third wave, and all these people, and we got to lock everybody down for 17 years. We don't need that. We can do better. But we have to work. It's not going to be easy. Didn't say it was going to be easy at all. And I know everybody's waiting for this masterful and beautiful vaccine to come out. Okay? But guess what? There's always going to be another virus on the heels of this one. And we're going to have another shutdown to wait for another 2 years for a virus to come, or for a vaccine to come out? Or are we actually going to do something about it now and be proactive? I'm about a proactive person. I want to see us succeed. I want it to be successful. Everybody be successful because we can. All right? But we have to take advantage of it. And we have to do what's right. All right? I know I'm starting up this program with my doctor buddy of mine. And my goal is to help people. My goal is to actually transform how people see their lives. And I'm not talking about a 21-day challenge. This isn't 21 days. This isn't try to get you in shape in 21 days and beat the crap out of you. My job is to actually have you understand how to take care of your body. Through sleep, through rest, recovery, through this. If you're on medication, my doctor buddy, how to wean down off that so we can just have a healthier diet and eat right and do things properly. And then watch what you do. Then you take that onto your family and then watch. Then we have a generation that can fight these things off. So when the next thing comes, you're like, hey, my immune system just kicked the crap out of that. And that's what I want to see. All right? Guys, Coach Bricks, stay strong, stay blessed. Just watch out because you know what? Next virus ain't going to kick our ass. We're going to kick its ass. All right, guys? Stay strong.